Hi, this is Amanda McDonald. I'm presenting my assessment 2 for educators inquiring about the world. My assessment is the impact of habitat loss on the koala population in New South Wales. If you are an Australian, then you've heard of a unique native animal known as the koala. These furry friends inhabit many areas of New South Wales. Due to habitat loss, sadly the koala population is decreasing in New South Wales, to the point that they are listed as vulnerable to extinction by the New South Wales government. In fact, there has been a 26% decrease in the koala population across New South Wales in the past 3 decades. Loss of habitat for koalas makes them more vulnerable to threats such as diseases. Habitat loss for koalas also means they will move more regularly between trees, and this increases the risk of serious injury from dog attacks and car strikes. The koala is listed as vulnerable to extinction under the Biodiversity Conservation Act 2016, and this is due to declining numbers and ongoing threats to the koala population. New South Wales government figures released in 2019 estimated there were 36,000 koalas left in the wild. However, a parliamentary report from 2020 believes this figure is outdated and it's now much less. The New South Wales Koala Country website states the current numbers are estimated between 20,000 and 30,000 koalas living in the wild. We do know it's estimated at least 5,000 koalas were lost in the 2020 bushfires, and some areas were affected with 100% habitat loss. Koala conservation is complex, and there is still much to learn about koala population trends. Habitat loss caused by human intervention, including land clearing, logging, bushfires and drought, have been shown to represent significant threats to the koala population in New South Wales. Human demand for high soil fertility for urban development continues to conflict with the habitat needs of koalas and impacts the declining koala population in regions affected by this land clearing. The demand for tree species for human use and trees that koalas utilise is high. Between 2010 and 2014 alone, 297,482.125 hectares of land, high in eucalypt species such as manna gum, was cleared for logging purposes, heavily affecting the ecosystem of the koala. It is predicted that without urgent action, koalas in New South Wales could be extinct by the year 2050, based on the current rate of habitat loss in New South Wales. Koalas are not found anywhere else in the world living in the wild, and their protection is crucial to ensure future generations can enjoy experiencing them in their natural habitat, not in a history book or a museum. I don't want to be part of the generation that contributed to the extinction of koalas in New South Wales. I'd rather be part of the solution, and I think you should too. A world without koalas would be very sad for Australians. It is clear that habitat loss is an ongoing issue and is impacting the koala population in New South Wales. Evidence suggests that the New South Wales government needs to do more to slow down land clearing and to provide refuge areas for koalas. There are also things we can do in our local community to support koala conservation. We can keep dogs and cats inside at night to help protect roaming nocturnal koalas. We can drive slowly at night and watch out for koalas on the roads. Carry the phone number of the local wildlife rescue service, or place a container of water at the base of a tree during hot weather. You might like to become more involved in koala conservation and join a local environmental group to help plant koala food trees. You also might like to write to your local Member of Parliament to lobby for more action, and you can keep up to date on the New South Wales Koala Country website. All of these small things will make a difference to the survival of the koala in New South Wales. Let's all do our bit in Australia to save a very important species.